Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inside Out Smile. I'm your host, Dr. Amber Q, and first episode of 2025. And I've been thinking about so many things as we start another year in the Gregorian calendar with the genocide in full swing. I feel, on the one hand, kind of broken, but on the other hand, determined to be the best version of myself so that I can help humanity in my own way and be of service to my fellow brothers and sisters. And I've really been thinking about something, and that is that, of course, none of us know when our time is up. And I feel that if we look at life, whether or not you believe in God, if you look at life, we all know that life is short. And we all know that time moves on. And we all, I think, would agree that we spend more time under the earth than on the earth. And I've really been thinking about that. I've really been thinking about the fact that I'm going to be below the ground for much, much longer than I'm above the ground. And therefore, obviously as a Muslim, I understand that my deeds above ground are going to affect my time below the ground. And obviously thereafter in eternity, or the akhirah as Muslims call it. And so I think that's such, I was going to say good motivator, but in a sense, although we know it, do we really feel it? And I speak for myself, I speak for other Muslims, other people, because we all know that our time is limited, and we all know just by visiting a cemetery that, hey, we know that looking at graves of people from yesteryear, we know that we're going to spend more time underground than above ground. So I think that it's really imperative that we kind of know why we're here. And I have a friend, I have a number of friends. It's so interesting because I know many good people. A lot of them are health professionals, doctors, dentists, other clinicians. And many of them are non-Muslim. But it's interesting, isn't it? Good people do want to serve humanity. It's just innate within us. But I feel that sometimes there's that spiritual emptiness, isn't there? Because I think I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed that I was born into a Muslim family. But I'm not perfect. So please, not perfect at all. But the fact of the matter is that when you have faith, it gives you a certain stability, I think. And it's interesting because, there have been so many sort of research studies showing that even though we have so much more now, people are less happy than they were previously. And I do believe that people were sort of more God-fearing previously, whatever their kind of main faith. And I feel that as we've lost that, people just lose their way. I mean, it's whether or not you're born into faith, we're all on a journey, and all of us can lose our way, but by the grace of God. So I feel very blessed, and I do want to improve myself. And I also do think that health professionals are, obviously they're drawn to those professions because of their empathy for humanity and their compassion. I don't know, I just feel I know so many amazing people, and obviously I'm biased being from the health profession myself, but I just think it's a beautiful thing wanting to help people. And obviously there's so many people with good hearts. And I think certainly for me, what I want to do this year is just to focus more on myself. And I was saying to one of my coaches the other day about, that whole statement about it's not the destination, but the journey that counts. And obviously this was in relationship to her particular goals. But of course, I feel that this is pertinent in the journey of life, right? So it's not, because we're all going to arrive at that destination, which is the end point of our life. Although, as a Muslim, I would say actually that destination is going to be the afterlife. And the question is where we go. Obviously, none of us know until that time. But the point is, we are all on that journey, and it's the person that we become or are becoming, I think, up until our end point that really matters. Who are we? And as they say, what will it say on your epitaph? Or rather, who's going to attend one's funeral? What are people going to say then? I mean, as a Muslim, obviously I have a different viewpoint of death and what is happening to the body and the soul at that time. But yeah, I just feel that, I've really been reflecting on the fact that I'm above the earth for just a short time and I need to get my act together, basically. I think that's really what I've been thinking. I've been thinking that 2025 needs to be a year when I get my act together. I don't know how you're feeling about 2025. I'm not talking about resolutions. I'm just talking about sort of, I guess, just, a small improvement in myself on a daily basis. That's it. I am not competing with anyone else apart from myself from the day before. And part of that improvement is related to serving others, essentially. And serving my own soul, though, as well. I feel that is imperative. By God's grace, I'm looking forward, or God willing, I should say, I'm looking forward to, to this year. I hope you are too. Are there things that you've been reflecting on? Because it is that time for fresh starts, although I've always advocated that one can make a fresh start at any moment. So what are you reflecting about at this time of year, and what are you hoping to achieve as we just move on to, a new fiscal year as well in a few months, and obviously to Ramadan in a few months for Muslims. So yeah. So whoever's listening to this, I hope, the important thing is that we do reflect so that we can check in on where we want to go and how we're progressing, whether that's on a professional basis or a personal basis, maybe your health, or any other facet, self-care, your mental health, just improving yourself in any facet of your life. Until the next episode, let's all create connection and not just change lives, but save lives.